Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another Endgame Study. White to move and win. How do we do it? I don't know if it's to win, but obviously to draw is easy because they only have a knight. So I assume that we're trying to win. Pause your video, try to solve it on your own. Then we're going to work on it together. Oh, I gotta check out Funshine Bear, yo. I'm really curious about all these bears. I know she's the yellow one. It's actually a dude. Funshine Bear is a dude, but I always thought it was a girl. So it's kind of shocking. Because, you know, what kind of dude is named Funshine? Strange stuff. And it's yellow and just looks like a girl to me. But whatever. Anyway, white to move. How do we win this position? Probably the move is just like f6. It's always the stupidest looking move, right? So the reason is no, it's not f6. It's not f6, I think. What the heck is it? See, here's the thing. If king c5, just knight to e3. Next move, knight d5 is coming. So that's eliminated. King c6. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is the answer. But this move just draws. He's going to go knight c4, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, he's going to stop this pawn. King a5 is too far away. Is there any way to do two things at once with our king, is the big question. Like for instance, king c7. If knight e3, king d7. Doesn't feel right to me, honestly. Knight d5. Something like king to d6. And if he goes this way, we go here. If he goes this way, we go here. Okay, this is just dead draw, though. So, I don't know. Let me look at this move again, although it looks kind of ridiculous the more I think about it. I was going to go here. No, this is just dead draw. Just brings the knight to d7. So f6 maybe just doesn't even do anything at all. Because as long as the knight gets to d7, it's over. I feel like this puzzle is annoying. That's what I feel like. This is like some annoying technical puzzle. I want beauty. I want it to be a pretty answer. Man, oh man. It's funny, I can get to a final position I had in one of my games from this position. I played Julio Becerra. Wait a second! It totally looks like my game against Becerra, but it's not. But it looks so familiar. But that position, I drew with black. So, I don't know though, it really does look like it. Maybe it's the same game. That would be crazy though. I'm gonna have to look up that game afterwards, and I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm gonna do it now, actually. No, I'm gonna do it after. God, it's just like so familiar. And he missed a win with and like the position was just sort of like this. Maybe it's not an endgame study. Maybe they're mining my games and putting them in the database. But let's see, because I can tell you how that game ended. Like it ended with my king here, his king on e6, and then in this position I played knight to d7. He took it, and then I took his pawn. It was a draw. How does white win? Jeez, man, I don't know. Does this work? Let's look at that again. Knight to here, king to d7, knight to d5, king to d6. don't know, maybe this wins. Really couldn't tell you. And then king e6, and start pushing this pawn up. If king knight f6. Oh, but we talked about this. Then if king c6, if king takes pawn with the idea of king e6 and king d7 wins. Maybe I just push. Is that really so complex? So that's my answer. Let's see if I'm right. My answer is king, whatever I said. I forget. King c7 followed by king d7. That's correct. And the idea is we do two things at once. Okay, I was right. My feeling is correct. Now I'm going to look up my game against Becerra, because it's a very, very familiar looking position. This is from the chess.com tactics trainer. So I just want to check. I found the game. This game is, by the way, unbelievable. Like, unbelievably amazing. Like, Becerra is like this huge technical champion, and I was just down a pawn for nothing. But I managed to draw the game. Like an endgame. Like, look at this position I had. Okay, hold on. It was like the most lost position I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is the position, right? I'm just down past a b pawn, and he couldn't win this. It was amazing. But okay, let's see how it went. I mean, look at, not only that, he has the active. Look at this position that I managed to draw. I was completely lost, of course. But let's just see if I'm crazy, because you see how it looks very familiar, right? Yeah, and the point was the right move was f4. Okay, it's like so close to like. Let's say I took an f4. See, what was the beginning of this position? I'm just trying to see, like. No, the knight's in g4. It's impossible to get there. But you see, it's like very close, right? Like, it would have been like this knight on g4 as the starting position. So, like, it's very, very close to actually my game. What happened in my game? First of all, he made... I'll show because it's interesting. First of all, he could have won easily, like, at some point by just going g4. I forget when exactly. Oh, after I went knight d6. Like, g4 just totally wins the game. I mean, just my pawns can't do anything, and he just queens this b pawn pretty much. But he messed up. He played e takes, gave me a little bit of counterplay. Knight d4 is strong, and he went b5, thinking if he could. Oh, this was good, and now f4 is a winning move for like obscure reasons. After f4, I would have to go. I forget. I'm looking up the analysis. Having trouble finding it. King f5. And just somehow I can't get to his pawn. Okay, now he's winning. And if pawn takes pawn, yeah, f4 would have won. He just missed it though. I think he just couldn't believe that there was any chance I could draw this. But this position is already a draw. My knight is very, very cagey in stopping this pawn. I think knight to b3. And wherever he goes, like king b5, I just go back to d4. And now I just go back to d4. And if b7, knight c6. And I can put the knight on b8. It's a draw. Amazingly. And the game ended like this. Knight c4, which is cool. Oh, okay, I was a little confused. Knight d7, yeah. And when he takes my knight, I take his pawn, and then I win the g-pawn. But you see, very similar. It's kind of cool for Endgame Study to be kind of close to one of your games. But just again, the correct answer was that like kind of technical maneuver where the king is kind of doing two things at once. I may have glossed over that a little bit, so let me just load it up again. Yeah, king c7. And the idea is he needs to try and stop my pawn. And then I go king d7. And I'm kind of going this way and this way at the same time. And then king d6. And if knight b6, king e6, and this pawn is coming. And if knight f6, b6. So just kind of like some fancy footwork with the king. And you can ask any questions. It's a little complicated, some of these lines, but I'm happy to answer them in the comments section. So thanks, guys, for watching this one, and I'll see you next time. I don't know why they think my middle name is P. It never is, never was, but somehow FIDE thinks it is, so that's the way it's going to be, I guess. See you guys later. Bye-bye.